2023 presidential election, Mr. Peter Obi, that they should work together. Governor Mohammed made this plea when Mr. Peter Obi paid him a courtesy visit at the governor's lodge in Bauchi State. On this episode of Politics with your short plug, Dr. Moshola, we'll be looking at what is the politics behind consultation visit. Why is Governor Bala Mohammed seeking cooperation, political cooperation with Peter Obi towards 2027? Why is the underrated Peter Obi in the 2023 presidential election now one of the most sought after? Who is Peter Obi likely to choose between three people? And I will be telling you the three people in the point of this conversation as his vice presidential candidate. We'll be looking at this, the 2027 political dynamics as it's shaping. We'll be dissecting all these issues and a whole lot more on this episode of Politics with Dr. Moshola. First, let me leave you to watch the video of Mr. Peter Obi's visit to the governor of Bauchi State. Then we'll come back for some discussion. Let's watch it.
What our country is going through, I felt it's necessary for me to come and discuss the future of our dear country with him. So it's just a consultation discussion meeting that will continue to go on as we talk about the future of this country. In these critical areas, to pull people out of poverty, so we can reduce criminality. We need to invest in it so our children cannot continue going towards drugs and all this. We need education. We need to care about their health. But as you can see in the political space now, we're not discussing all this in the political space. What we are discussing now in the political space are mundane things, whether it's budget padding, whether it's sexual harassment, whether it's... And people are hungry. We need to discuss hunger. We need to discuss poverty. We need to discuss education. We need to discuss health.
There you have it. You just watched the video of the consultation visit that Mr. Peter Obi paid to Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State. Now, let us look at the politics of consultation visit. And in this instance, before Peter Obi can leave Anambra or Lagos or wherever he's staying to go to the far north to pay a consultation visit to Governor Bala Mohammed, it means that if Peter Obi is not pursuing something, then something is pursuing him. What is Peter Obi pursuing? Or what is pursuing Peter Obi to Bauchi State? Let us look at the issues. First, consultation. Peter Obi is a politician. Governor Bala Mohammed is a politician as well. And Bauchi State is not so much economically thriving state in the true sense of it. So what could Mr. Peter Obi, an Igbo, business-oriented man, go to Bauchi State if not for politics? So Mr. Peter Obi said it is consultation visit, but Governor Bala Mohammed said that the visit, and I'm reading it to you, the visit, which centered on how Mr. Peter Obi can work closely together, that he and Mr. Peter Obi can work closely together to address poverty, criminality, which transcend political, religious, or tribal lines. Now, what could be more political in that statement than politics itself? Because if you look at it, Mr. Peter Obi was trying to hide. But from this statement of Bala Mohammed that they will work closely together, a southerner and a northerner, as 2027 is approaching, they will work closely together to address poverty and criminality that will transcend political, religious, or tribal lines. I leave you to make meaning out of that statement. Now, the underrated Peter Obi, why did Peter Obi now have so much political value? Now, the underrated Peter Obi in the 2023 presidential election, you see so many people, if you look at it, on the most serious note, are now willing to work with Peter Obi. All of a sudden, everybody now wants to work with Peter Obi. Peter Obi seems to be the political bride in the South that can confront Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 2027 presidential election. And I'll tell you the reason why. The reason why is because Peter Obi has proven himself. Peter Obi has shown that he has political value. With the over 6 million votes, despite his unpreparedness, despite his late hour decamping to the Labour Party at that time, to still amass over 6 million votes is not a child's play. So they have seen the political value of Peter Obi, particularly in the South. That is why the opposition parties in the north are trying to work with Peter Obi. The opposition figures are trying to align with him so that they can be able to dislodge Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. Now, Peter Obi, now apart from proving his political value, the north-south power equation argument also favors Peter Obi. There are a lot of presidential material in the north. Bala Mohammed himself is interested in being the president of Nigeria, and he has said that he will stop his ambition if Goodluck Jonathan wants to contest for president, because he served as FCT minister under the former president. But the thing is that right now, I don't think Goodluck Jonathan would want to contest. Goodluck Jonathan is, enjoying his post-presidential service to Nigeria, and he has good reputation, and the fact speaks for itself. As regards the performance of his administration, our life was convenient for the people of Nigeria, and that of Buhari, by extension now to the Tinubu government. So, Governor Bala Mohammed is trying to be politically strategic, and let us look at it from the angle of Peter Obi himself. Peter Obi went to Bauchi State to pay a consultation visit. Now, I will be giving you 3 vice presidential material that Peter Obi is likely to work with, and at the end of the day, who he may eventually decide to pick, because let us look at it. He needs a strong material from the north, and the first material is Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. But Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is of the NNPP, and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso also has some political weight in the north. But then there is something. In the 2023 presidential election, Kwankwaso was being overly arrogant. He was saying that, he has more political value than Peter Obi, and that he has more, his political CV, is more advanced than that of Peter Obi. He has been this, he has been that, he has been senator, he has been minister, but Peter Obi has not been most of these things. But then, when the election came, Peter Obi sprung up in surprise by emerging the third, and, pulling a wide margin between his vote and that of Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso of the NNPP. But then, Kwankwaso is a good vice presidential material, but will Peter Obi pick him, as Peter Obi was trying to work with him in the 2023 presidential election? I don't think so. And if Kwankwaso now wants to work with Peter Obi, will Peter Obi be willing to work with him? I also do not think so, because now Peter Obi having proven himself, there's so many people now trying to align with Peter Obi, and Peter Obi now has a lot of choice at his disposal, because now he has proven his worth. He has shown that he's a man that is working all over Nigeria with over 6 million votes, and that vote will most likely increase if the performance of the Tinubu administration is anything to go by. And that's why you see that the likes of Governor Bala Mohammed are trying to tilt towards the Peter Obi and see maybe there could be a political arithmetic that can come out of their alliance. Now, the second person is Nasir El-Rufai. Peter Obi may not want to work with Nasir El-Rufai in the true sense of it for 2 reasons. Number one, Nasir El-Rufai carries so much political baggage in terms of his personality, his controversial nature, the his alleged involvement in the Southern Kaduna killings, his alleged allegedly being a terrorist sympathizer, the importation of bandits during the Buhari ascendancy to presidency in Nigeria, the role he allegedly played, and El-Rufai seems to be embroiled in so much controversy. He's being investigated for corruption in his home state, his reign as past governor. So a lot of controversy surrounding the personality of El-Rufai. So Peter Obi may be thinking that if he picks Nasir El-Rufai, he may find himself in a political fire, because at the end of the day, the Tinubu camp may unearth something to discredit El-Rufai, and if he's not looking for any credible alternative, then he may find himself in deep trouble. So I think that Peter Obi is walking ahead towards 2027, and if what we are seeing is anything to go by, Peter Obi will surely be on the ballot in 2027. The third person is Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State. And if you look at Bala Mohammed seems to have this calm nature. He seems to be reserved. He seems to not appear rebellious like El-Rufai. He seems to be quite respectful. So at the end of the day, out of these 3, Peter Obi may eventually, be going for somebody like Bala Mohammed. If these 3 are the only ones available, I think Peter Obi is best with Bala Mohammed than El-Rufai, that is controversial, and Kwankwaso, that is arrogant. And the politics of 2027 have started in full swing, because Bala Mohammed said something that I found very interesting. He said Obi is the leader of the opposition. You may want to think that why is Obi the leader of opposition? But Atiku came second in the 2023 presidential election. So Atiku and PDP is a larger, a stronger party than Labour Party. So why will you leave your own presidential candidate, you that you are a member of the PDP, and begin to tag Peter Obi, the leader of the opposition? And if you look at it, another point is that Atiku has not been silent since he lost the presidential election to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has not been silent. He has been politically active. So look at the political statement of Bala Mohammed. You can see that, you know, he's trying to woo Peter Obi by his side. And the third thing is that if you look at it, there's crisis in PDP and there's crisis in Labour Party. So on what ground, on what justification will Bala Mohammed tag Peter Obi, the leader of the opposition in Nigeria? And that leaves you that where is the Atiku factor? Because Bala Mohammed is of the PDP, Atiku is of the PDP, then you now carry the glory you are supposed to give to Atiku, right? You give it to Peter Obi. So you can see that there's a lot of alignment and realignment going on. But may the best happen to the people of Nigeria and Nigeria itself. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Dr. Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science. Do want to subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos, and of course I have great interesting videos coming your way. Till I see you again, always remember that I love you all sincerely.
Bauchi State Governor begged the masses to support President Peter Obi to become president come 2027. And it was massive, like a lot of people jubilated. They were so excited. And I pray that the youth of Bauchi take him into his request, because if they do, that means see hey, I need una prepare, because if you are not prepared, una go collect. This one no be 2023, this one is 2025. The masses stand by. Better Nigeria is what we are praying for. Better Nigeria is what we need. Better Nigeria is what we want to hear, and our children will come and be proud of us. Yes. So anyways, you watch the video and you hear it from the masses. So please like, share and subscribe. See you in my next video.